Hey everybody, it's Sherry. Today I decided I'm going to try to do a lash lift perm and see how that goes. Been watching a lot of videos on YouTube and doing some research on the internet, and went ahead and ordered myself a kit. The kit that I'm using is, hold on. Kit I'm using is this one, Lash Lift by Icon Sign. So I'm going to give this a try. I've got some pictures of before and after, so you can have a look at that, and kind of go from there. And this is going to be kind of awkward because I don't have a phone on a stand, a camera on a stand or anything. So I'm going to do it this way, do it my best, excuse the hanging clothes. Those are pants that aren't quite dirty. We're going to give this a try, so it's going to be in steps, but I'm going to give you as best an idea as I can, and then kind of go from there. I've got some before and after shots that I'm going to put up, and kind of go from there. I've read over everything. I've got my Q-tips. I've got toothpicks. Whoops, there we go. Got all of that ready. I've picked out the curl that I'm going to use. The kit that I ordered, sorry, going out of frame there. The kit that I ordered has this type of lid, or rod or cushion or whatever you want to call them. And I discovered, because I was like, how can you make sure you've got both the same size? If you get this kit, I don't think you can see it on there. It's not going to focus on there. But on this middle leaf type thing, there are letters. And so I want to make my lashes as long as I can, so I'm using size small. But the other thing is, if you look at all the videos, they have a protection right down here to protect your bottom lid and bottom lashes from any straying residue. And so this kit, the second step, it says apply the eye pads under the eyelids to protect your skin from the lotions, but it doesn't give you any eye pads. So what I decided I'm going to do, because these things that I just showed you are called lift pads, not eye pads. I don't know if they meant these, but what I'm going to do is just kind of put them upside down on my eyelids like that, and kind of go from there. Now, these do not have an adhesive on them. You have to put eyelash glue on them to get them to stick to your skin so they don't move, and then kind of go from there. So I'm going to give that a try, and we'll see how we do. I decided while I'm doing this, I might as well go ahead and tint my eyelashes and my eyebrows. My eyebrows have always been real long and gone out to the corners like they're supposed to. But as I've gotten older, they're getting light. Like, I don't know if you can see the light spots in there. But, you know, where they're turning bronze or blonde or gray. They haven't quite turned gray. It's kind of a golden blonde or a bronze. But I'm getting those, but also when I get anxious, I tend to do this. And so I've probably thinned out my eyebrows a little bit more than I should. So I'm going to try to tint those as well as tint my eyelashes. I love mascara, but with my eye allergies, I hardly ever wear it anymore. Plus, makes my eyes down here even darker. As you can see, they're already dark bags under my eyes. I don't really need to add to it. So we'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and get things in place. I'll check in with you guys as I go along in the process. And cross your fingers on getting this done correctly. So, the biggest thing that I've learned from all the research I've done is patience, patience, patience. So hopefully we'll do that. And I'm going to go ahead and get this part back too, as well as that. I don't want to take a chance on anything getting into my eyes and stuff. Oh, and I did take my contacts out, so I did not want the fumes getting under the contacts, over the contacts, that sort of thing. So luckily I'm nearsighted, so as long as I lean into the mirror and that sort of thing, I should be fine. So, all right, cross your fingers. So, okay, so one eye has the perming solution on it. As you can see, some of the lashes have come unglued. I don't know if you can see that or not. But they also say not to put too much glue because then the perm won't set in. So we will see how this works out. But I wanted to go ahead and show this step and kind of go from there. I gotta wait about 10 minutes now, and then we'll put on, this is the perm solution that's on. It does smell like perm solution, makes sense, that's what it's called. Oh, I couldn't keep this lower thing on, but I didn't stress about it too much, since hopefully I won't be that much of a mess. Okay. Okay, so I'm actually going for the 12 minutes because one of the steps you're supposed to do is put plastic wrap or something like that over your eyes, and I'm assuming that's for the heat, for helping with the perm. However, I would not have been able to do that because I spent the entire 10 plus minutes keeping my eyelashes to the pad, and so I had the toothpick going the whole time. So I wasn't able to do that. Towards the end here, it looks like it's been starting to stay in place. And then one of the things that you're, the next step is to wipe off the excess. And the other thing that I read not to do, which I ended up doing here, is you're not supposed to take the perm solution all the way up to the ends of your lashes. However, because I was having to keep them up, it ended up doing that. So we'll see how fried the end of my lashes get. So I'm going to put the neutralizer on and go from there. And I did put some chapstick on. Yay! So catch up with you guys in a sec. Okay, so the neutralizer is on, or in this kit it's called Fixation. I still have, and I don't know if you guys can see it in this, there's some lashes that are falling down. Can't get a good look. So those obviously did not curl. But we'll see and kind of go from there. I do have some burning, and that is not a surprise either because perming solution does burn. So for those of you that have not done this before, just FYI, there may be some burning. Of course, if it's really bad burning, of course, stop. But it's manageable burning. Anytime I've ever gotten a perm, I've always had the burning around the edges of my face and everything. So I will probably be a little bit red after this, but we'll see how it goes. So I was looking to see this stuff. I leave on 10 to 12 minutes as well, which is what I was thinking. So I'll be back in a bit and we'll go from there. Thanks, everybody. So I now have the tint on, as you can tell. I may regret the fact that I didn't put any Vaseline above and below and all that kind of stuff. I also tried to add it to the bottom lashes just to get them to stand out a little bit more. And I probably should have put something under my eyes before I did that. But I don't know if you can tell, the iPad, try not to have you look up my nose, is popping off. So we'll see how things turn out and go from there. But here's the tinting stage. And that goes on for about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so one eye is done. As soon as I turned off the camera that last time, oh, excuse me, my back's killing me. As soon as I turned off the camera that last time, just waterworks. I think my eyes were reacting to the fumes of the developer for the tinting. I got enough on the top lashes that they're darker. I think you guys can see that. I'll go ahead and zoom in just a little bit. They are lifted more than the other, and lifted enough that I think I'll go ahead and do the other eye. I tried to get tint on the bottom lashes, but I didn't do so well on that. I do have some skin coloring right in here from the brow, but as you can see, the brow's darker. It looks a little more fuller, so I think that was worth it. So I will have to see if I can find a better way to tint my bottom lashes. I might get some tape and experiment with that and see about trying to do it that way. But they're so tiny, they're hard to get. But I would like to try to if I can. So I'm going to go ahead and experiment with that a little bit. Go ahead and do my other eye. I will get on here and give you guys a final look. Not a makeup look, just final bare naked look. And we'll go from there. But the lash perm is supposed to last 6 to 8 weeks, give or take, depending on how rough you are on them. Hopefully this was all worth it. So we'll see. I'll be back in a minute. Everybody, I've survived. Barely, but I've survived. Both eyes are done. Both eyes are also slightly red. This eye being more red than the other. And it was a reaction to the tinting. The tinting that I used, and I saw that this might be a problem. So the tint that I used is not actually for brows and lashes. It's called Godefroy, something like that, tint kit. It's advertised, I think, for men, because it talks about can be used on beards, mustaches, temples, sideburns, anywhere you need a little color. So it doesn't have any ammonia in it. It's got ingredients over here, you know, a bunch of stuff you can't pronounce. So it's reacting to probably one of those. It does have alcohol in it. I had read somewhere that you shouldn't get it near your eyes because it's too strong. So I knew that it might be a problem, but I was going to take a risk anyhow. I think overall I still liked it. I actually did better on the second eye. And what I ended up doing, for the bottom lashes, which still didn't turn out that great, I need to keep it on longer. But I did a piece of paper underneath my eyelashes. Toilet paper didn't work, tape didn't work, so I did a piece of paper, and that did better. It still didn't take color easily, so I'd have to leave it on longer, but my eyes have been through enough, so I was like, nah, forget it. And so this is my wing. I'm going to take pictures in a couple of days. Some of the don'ts with an eyelash perm is you're not supposed to get your eyes wet for the first 24 hours, just like a perm. For anybody who's had a perm, they understand this. But So my eyebrows, they did darken. They still have some tint on them, on my skin, on them. I've taken it off with, I used some Cottonelle cleansing wipes to take off the initial. I'll go ahead and worry about getting the rest of the stain off once I can get my face wet. I'm hoping the tears from this eye especially does not ruin the perm setting in that eye. But as you can see, they have lifted well. They tinted well, the upper lashes. I don't know why the upper lash is tinted differently from the bottom lashes, but so be it. I actually like it. I would do it again. It is a lot of patience. It is a lot of taking your time. Like I said, even with this eye, after having done this one for the very first time, even on this one, I was still having to take the toothpick and continuing to rub up to keep the lashes on the pad. And also this pad, as soon as I got to the tinting, it started to pop off as well. So the pads don't last very long. It's probably a lot easier if you're laying down because then you don't have gravity working against you. But at any rate, I'm happy. Can we get a zoom in? I don't know if it's focusing very well. You can see how red my eye whites are. Oh, and I noticed I'm starting to get a sensory migraine. That's what this is. And one side of my face will get really red and hot. It's usually this side. And yeah, it is hot. It's noticeably different temperature from this side. I've had even friends, colleagues tell me if it was hot or not because I wasn't trusting myself. So there you got an extra little piece in this bit. Well, at least we've been calling it a sensory migraine. We've ruled everything else we can think about. So I don't know exactly what it is. It just gets really hot and burns. It doesn't hurt or anything like that. I don't have a fever or high blood pressure is not related to it. It is, I've had them last hours. Fun. Getting older sucks. Can't put anything on my eyelashes. I can't even do water right now. So I usually, even with perms, I give it way past the time limit. So I won't wash my face or anything tomorrow, which means this is going to get worse. See here, what's today? Wednesday. So Friday, I will wash my face real good. I will put some makeup on. You have to avoid oils, certain oils, coconut and castor. Is that what it said? Flush your eyes immediately. Sensitive skin. I didn't do a test patch. Yes, you were supposed to do that. I didn't do it. I usually have pretty tough skin, so don't worry about it. My allergies are because I'm allergic to cats, and I have 7 cats. I'm allergic to pine trees, and I live in the woods. So, yeah, all that good stuff. I'm allergic to Timothy grass, and we have a lot of horses around in this area, so lots of Timothy grass. It doesn't say on here, but the one side I was reading, it said to stay away from certain oils. I have eye makeup remover. I don't use it all that often. I just don't like the feeling afterwards because of the oil, probably. It's the I'm not saying it right. Something like neutralizing. And I'm saying it wrong, and I can't figure out the right word in my head right now. But the nourishing is probably the nourishing one, and that's why I don't like the oil that's in it. So I usually just hop in the shower and wash with soap and water and do it that way. I didn't put any moisturizer on today at all. I took a shower this morning. Sorry. I left over from my eyes watering. They still go in spells with watering. But I took a shower this morning. I went to a board meeting at lunch. I didn't put any makeup on, didn't put any moisturizer on. Came home and waited for a little bit with my coat on because I was trying to get, I have a cat that I'm trying to train for hopefully being a therapy cat, but she doesn't follow commands, so I don't think we're going to get there. She won't come to me, so I was sitting in the chair watching some YouTube videos while I waited to see if she'd come up to me while I had my coat on so that I could put the harness on her and take her outside and try a little bit, but it didn't work. So I sat there for a little while and then came back here to film. One of the things that you're supposed to do that I didn't do is it comes with a cleanser, and I didn't take the cleanser and wash my eyes. I was thinking about taking, sorry, I think I gave you a shot up my nose. I was going to take this and scrub my lids to clean them off. I was doing that before I realized what my reaction was to my eyes was allergies about a year ago. But I didn't even do that. So I just went in, no cleansing on my eyes at all. So it was just the natural oils from whatever would have developed from this morning, which depending on how oily your skin is, could be a lot, could be a little, who knows. So I also don't know if that's going to affect it much. So I am liking it. I can, even with my contacts out and the little screen, I can see them better than I could when I was, before I did the perm lift, so, or the lash lift, perm lift, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So, I'll check in a couple of days on Friday, and we'll see how this goes, and we'll see how bad the tint is on my brows. Now all I have to do is get my brows done as far as shape and tweezing. I haven't done that in probably 5 years, 4 or 5 years, somewhere in there. The only thing I've done is I will take tweezers and get the extra hairs that I see coming out from the ends there. I'll take them out. So I guess for the most part my eyes are natural. I didn't get eye waxing done very often to begin with, so you know, that's kind of nice. The one thing I don't like about my eyes is this. I can't tell in the picture. This one has the fan where it goes straight up and then fans over. And this one usually just, it's hard to tell with the tint and everything. But this one usually just lays over. And so the lady that I was having do my brows would laugh about that every time because it's hard to get them symmetrical. And I don't like the blocky look. I don't like that. I don't like the really thin eyebrows. I like bushy eyebrows, not Brooke Shields level, but I do like to see that there are eyebrows there. So I have some distrust about going to somebody. But at any rate, I've been talking for a while. I'll probably edit some of this out. See you guys in a couple of days. Thanks. Hey everybody, wanted to check in with you all. It's the evening of doing the lash lift, and just wanted to report I've got a little bit of swelling on my eyelids, which to be fair I kind of expected. I can't wear adhesive lashes much or for very long because the adhesive aggravates my eyes. So I didn't know if the lash glue was going to aggravate my eyes, and I don't know if it was that or if it's from the tint, but I do have just a little bit of swelling, not much as you can tell. If I close my eyes, I probably can't tell at all. Bring it in a little bit. So a little bit of swelling, not too bad. It is weird. I can feel my lashes hitting the upper lid, and that's a little weird. But we'll see how things are tomorrow evening, and if I have anything else pop up, I'll let you guys know. Hey everybody. So I am filming this a little bit late. I know I said I'd check in with you guys on Friday, which would have been 2 days after I did my perm lash lift thing. However, a bunch of stuff went down in between and I got a job. So I found out Friday right before noon that I had the job, so I had to quickly finish cleaning my house and getting packed and doing my meal prep and all that kind of stuff, because my training for the job is 3 hours away from where I live. So I am at my cousin's house apartment right now, and I've got company. That's his cat, who apparently is just a cuddle bug. But today was picture day, and I had makeup on, and it's the end of the day, so the makeup does not look good. But I'll try to get in close, and you guys can take a look at how things look with the makeup on. One thing I noticed, and I didn't notice until I got out of work, I had a line of black going across the top right through there on both eyes, and I'm only assuming that's because the mascara did not dry before I opened my eyes, and they're so curled back now that they are hitting that back upper lid, and so that was unfortunate. I mean, it's not upsetting. Makeup happens. I don't wear it a lot because I end up with black eyes and all that kind of stuff anyhow. I only put it on today because of pictures. I will say that this eye, the lashes right here are curled back more than the others. They almost do a full loop back. And so those were difficult to work with as far as trying to make it look like I had lashes. When they're dry, they're fine, but when I put the mascara on, they curled tighter. So, isn't he cute? And this was the first eye I did, so I probably left it on too long, and that's why they curled that tight. But that's fixable, and like I said, when the mascara is not on, you can't really tell it anyhow. So he's waiting for me to, he was hunkered down with his front end down and his back end up, waiting for me to pet him. So, you know, not bad. Overall, I'm very happy with the lash perm. I'd do it again. I am going to try to tint my bottom lashes better, and when I do that, I'm also tint my upper lashes better. I think what I'm going to do is use an index card to separate from the skin, and then put it on, dab it on rather than brushing it on, and letting that set, and then hopefully that will darken everything, and then go from there. But anyway, I would perm my lashes again. I'm very happy with it, and we'll go from there. But thanks for bearing with me and waiting for me to get this information to you guys and going from there. Thanks. Bye.